Micro's micro break of all time. Okay. Here is what I am not saying. I am not asking, how do you compute this probability? I'm not asking that. I know 3 completely distinct ways to compute the probability. Okay? There's no question of how to compute the probability. What I'm saying is that there seems to be a super easy way to compute the probability. 1 over 27 plus 1 over 27 plus 1 over 27. That seems to be a simple way. And I'm asking the question, why does that give us the right answer? Is it giving us the correct answer because we're doing bullshit math and it's accidentally giving it to us? Or is it a legitimate way to do that? Now, what I'm not saying is, does 1 over 27 plus 1 over 27 plus 1 over 27 give us 1 over 9? It does. It does give us 1 over 9, and that is the correct answer. I'm not asking for if it yields the correct answer. I'm asking for why that yields the correct answer. So for everyone saying, what you need to do is you can do multiplication is another way to come up with it. We already know how to compute it in all the other ways. There are lots of ways we know how to compute it as. So here's the crazy thing. It's easy to say 3 times 1 over 27 is just pure coincidence. But let's just create something crazy, huh? Let's say that Discover gave us 5 cards. And let's say that there were 49 spells. And Innervate was one of those. And we asked, of the 49 spells, with Discover 5, what's the odds of getting Innervate? Here's the crazy thing. First of all, how do you do that computation? Well, you take the 48 remaining cards, you choose 4 of them, and then you divide that by 49, choose 5. And what that yields is 10%. And if I do 1 over 49 plus 1 over 49 plus 1 over 49 plus 1 over 49 plus 1 over 49, it actually gives us the correct answer. So I believe, I claim, probably this. As it turns out, this gives you the correct answer every time. If you are selecting one spell, oh, thank God, Killer Gecko. Oh, thank fucking God. Oh. Oh my God, Killer Gecko. You did it for us. Oh my God, Killer Gecko. Oh. Oh, wait, okay, so let me just make sure it's not double counting. I think that's right. And the reason you add them is it's just that it happens to reduce in that way. Well, that's almost an explanation. Here's... Okay, I'm gonna kill this thing. That's almost it, Killer Gecko. That's almost it. Killer Gecko is saying it's the right answer because for each new probability, you have to subtract the previous probability that it was chosen. So the first 1 out of 27 term represents what's the probability of the first one is an Innervate, and the other 2 cards are not. That's 1 out of 27. Plus, second term, what's the second term? What's the probability that the second one was the Innervate? Well, we're only going to worry about those in the 1 out of 26 chance because, fuck, it doesn't fucking matter. Fuck it. Let me play this thing out. Suck on trance. So the second card, there's a 1 out of 26 chance it was chosen, but you'll only ever get to that term 26 out of 27 times. So that way we ensure that we don't double count. But I'm wondering if you can just look at 1 out of 27 plus 1 out of 27 plus 1 out of 27 and explain each turn flatly. Take a 2-2, motherfucker. Alright, whatever. I mean, that'll do it, but again, here's what Combinatorics is. Combinatorics is trying to avoid closing your eyes, doing a whole bunch of stuff and going, and it's true. I started here, I did a bunch of math, I'm here, done. What Combinatorics is trying to say, look at this equation without manipulating or changing or adjusting this equation. Look at this and provide a clear explanation without manipulating why this will yield you the correct answer. Why is it? And see, like, you can do... That's starting to tap into it, I feel. I think I have to do this. Kind of wanted to go for face, but I think that we lose to a lot. If he couldn't kill us with Malagos on the previous turn... Oh my god, that's it. Is that it? Is that it? Wait, wait. I had it in my head for just a moment. So again, for everyone showing me a huge equation reducing to 1 out of 27, we are not asking that. Is this a dragon guy? We are not asking if any equation reduces to 1 out of 27 plus 1 out of 27. There's a shitload of ones. I'm trying to explain why. If someone came up to me, I think we lost. I haven't been paying enough attention to this game. Here's my question. It's that if someone comes up to me, here we go, font, and says, oops. If someone says this to me, why?
What to do?
That's it. That's the question. Why? Not. Oh yeah, no, because 1 out of 27 plus, 1 out of 26 times 26 out of 27. Oh, and you see that this reduces to. I mean, obviously this reduces to 1 out of 27 and so on and so forth. That's not the question. Not the question is how can I get an equation reduced. The question is why do you look at this and without doing any manipulation of anything? Why is that true? And I think I'm actually fucked in the game. Interestingly not. Alright, need another Deathwing. What is his deck? What is his deck? Maybe Arcane Giants would be good to add to this.
Well played.
I think we lost. I was like not playing that game at all. I think Hematite has it. Probably the cards in the first or some of the deck. Okay. It's all the why. The what is fine. The what is fine. The what is fine. I think I'm almost able to understand it. I'm actually not. I'm just gonna stop and try to figure that out. I feel like Historian and Hematite are the ones that are guiding me here. What we're doing is we're taking 27 face down cards. Why is that so hard for me to understand? Oh, fuck, that's... I think that's actually very simple. For some reason, that explanation doesn't feel right. So, here's the explanation. Well, hold on, let's see. Oh, shit, heads up. We've raised a limit on number of heroic brawls you can complete to from 5 to 100. Oh, shit, I know what I'm doing next week. Yeah, Historian Hematite, I now understand it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I finally under-fucking-stand the probability, okay? And I'm now going to give an explanation that I find satisfactory. Okay. First of all, as you know, there are oftentimes multiple ways to do the same thing in math. For instance, I'm going to show you this page in HearthStone. I'm going to show you how to do two different things, or how to come up with the same thing two different ways. Okay? Boom. If I wanted to ask myself how many spells are here, one way that I could do it is to go one at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. 27 spells. Cool. Another way that I could do it is I could say there's 6 spells across, 4 spells down, so there's 24 there, plus 25, 26, 27. Notice that in a very simple statement, you can count them one at a time, or you can do some multiplication and some adding, and they will both yield the same number of spells. We were asking ourselves the following probability question. If I run out Raven Idol and say discover a spell, and one of those I want to be an innervate, what's the probability of getting an innervate? Very reasonable thing. Now, there's many ways in which I know how to compute this. And the resultant answer was 1 over 9. The resultant answer was 1 over 9. This is the answer. Now, just for what it's worth, Sean's method was to do, well, if one of the cards is innervate, I'm going to multiply that by the number of ways to get 2 different spells, divided by the number of ways, divided by the total number of discovers. This is a very simple way to do probability, right? You take the number of ways for the thing you want divided by the total number of ways. Now, you can actually copy-paste this into Google. I'm not going to go into what choose means. It's actually just called a binomial coefficient. You can just look it up. But this gives us 1 over 9. I know it's a little cut off on the page, but you can use your imagination. Other people pointed out that you can say, oh, 3 divided by 27. Actually, let me do it like this. This equals 1 over 9. Something was weird to me there, because there's a real danger that happens when people are doing probability and statistics, which is where they just kind of take numbers that are in the problem and they divide and multiply and add them, and then they just get a number and they go, here's the answer. Oftentimes, it's total bullshit and it's wrong. Also, oftentimes, there's enough accidents along the way where the right answer happened to pop out. And I asked myself the question, is this a legitimate way to do this? Is this a legitimate way to take the total number of slots in the Discover and divide it by the total number of spells? For instance, what if Discover was 5 cards and we had 40 spells? And then I asked the question, what's the probability of drawing Innervate? Innervate with Discover. Is it true that it's 5 over 40, which would be 1 over 8? Is that true? And so I brute force did this math, and it turns out this is still correct. And I couldn't come up with a good reason for why. I couldn't come up with a good reason for why. Again, it works. It's the correct answer. That's true, but the question is why? Why is that the explanation? Why? And thanks to Historian and Hematite, who are spamming me in the chat, I believe that I now have the correct explanation, which is actually very reasonable. Okay. What was the very first thing I started with? You can compute things in two different ways, so we already know that this is the right answer. But we want to double check and make sure that it's actually correct. Oh, fuck. What was the next thing I wanted to say? Simplest way to compute probability, take the total number of ways, or take the number of ways of the event you want to happen and divide it by the total number of happenings. For instance, what's the chance of rolling an odd number on a dice? Well, on a 6-sided dice, 1, 3, and 5 are odd numbers. That's the total number of odd rolls. How many total rolls are there? It's a 6-sided dice. Right? That's where this number is coming from. That's where this number is coming from. What's the chance of rolling a prime on a dice? Right? 2 is prime. 3 is prime. 4 is not prime. 5 is prime. 3 ways divided by 6 equals 1 over 2. What if it was a d20? Right? I'm just doing this for clarity, for reinforcement, just priming you, just lubing you up, getting you ready. Jesus, that got graphic. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 out of 20. Did I miss something? Did I miss something? 2, 3, 5, 7, not 9, 11, 13, not 15, 17, 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. 1 is not a prime number. It is not a prime number. So this is 8 out of 20. Right? Which can be reduced to something. What is that? 2 out of 5? So here is the mental model to think of with Discover. So again, what's the odds of discovering card X out of Y total spells? So we're going to represent cards with little stars, right? So here, let's make little piles. Here are 3 little cards. Here are 24 little cards. Because there are, just to note, you discover 3 cards, and there are 27 druid spells. And this is actually the most unbelievably simple explanation. We just got done talking about you take the total number of ways, put that on the bottom, put the number of ways that you want on the top. What are the number of ways that innervate could be here? Innervate could be this one. Innervate could be this one. Innervate could be this one. 3 ways to have innervate in the discover pile. What are the number of ways for innervate to be one of the stars? Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. There's 27 ways for innervate to be any of the stars, which yields 3 out of 27, which yields 1 out of 9. Isn't that simple? It's fucking dead simple. And robust and correct and good. That's really good. Because we're just saying, what are the number of ways to have this innervate be in this? Well, there's 3 ways. It could be this one, it could be this one, and this one. And notice that I'm saying the number of ways. I'm not saying probability. Just what are the number of ways humanly possible for this to be here? There's 1, 2, 3 ways, right? Simple. Clean. Clear. So this is what I wanted. Really, I'm going to come back to the heart of why I was confused. 3 out of 27 reduces to 1 out of 9, which is the correct answer. But why 3 out of 27? What's a simple way to do that? And it took me a while to do that because, like, there are other ways of doing this, right? There's ways of saying, well, you consider the first innervate, which is the first card in the Discover. There's 1 out of 27 ways for that to be innervate. And if that will count the number of ways that the first thing is innervate and the second 2 are not. And if the second one, what's the probability of that is 1 out of 26. But we got to make sure that we don't accidentally double count from the previous situation and so on and so forth. And we can actually compute it in that regard. So, I mean, it's this sort of thing that, again, there's many different ways to come up with the same thing. But what always interests me is what is the actual way to explain it. I look forward to a stream of people tweeting me mathematical nonsense.
Malfurion versus Anduin.
The light shall bring victory. I must protect the wild.
So there's explanations that appear to sound good but are false. For instance, if you say hey, viewership went up during that. People love math. Who's watching this? Oh, Rob. Rob probably wants a pack. He always wants packs. We're against a priest. We don't need to ramp super hard.
Mind if I roll need?
Luke Cashman says, "Read my comment. I think will drive the point home." Wonder what that is. So, for instance, if we wanted innervate or wild growth, or both, let me actually do that real fast. That's to get. Now the question is, did I do that math correctly? Let's draw a card, man. Oh, I wish I'd done that. It's okay, I'll nourish next turn. If we wanted innervate or wild growth or both of them, that would be 2 times 25, choose 2, divided by 27, choose 3 plus, because that's the number of ways of having the first one. Innervate and 2 more. First one's wild growth and the other more, divided by the total number. Great. Or we can do both of them that are in there. There's 24 ways to choose the other one. Yes. Okay. Let me just do 2 divided by 27. Excellent. Okay. Now I can murder a certain type of flawed reasoning. Here is another question. I cast Raven Idol and it says discover a spell. What's the probability that I get either Innervate or Wild Growth? Or both? I just want one of Innervate or Wild Growth in the initial discover. What's that probability? The answer is 21%. It's 21.3%. A false way to think is to go, oh, well, what's the probability of the first one? It's 2 out of 27 plus 2 out of 27 plus 2 out of 27 because you get 3 choices, and that gives us blah. That answer is actually incorrect. The resultant number is incorrect.
Is someone injured?
Holy shit, you can't touch So Got the Slitherer! Yeah, because the proper way to compute it,
Must consider.
it's actually not 6 out of 27. 6 out of 27 is not the correct answer. Well, let me double check my math, because that's on the assumption that my math is correct.
Mind if I roll need?
Order doesn't matter, so we don't have to multiply by any sort of factorialization. I think I'm gonna run out this good guy.
For the wild.
Yeah, it's 2 times 25, choose 2, divided by 27, choose 3, plus 25, choose 1, divided by 27, choose 3. Those are completely disjointed choices, so we can add them together.
I wonder. Must consider.
Killer Gecko, you don't actually need to do any subtraction. Just so you know, the way that you do it is you say, what the first term is what's the odds of getting either Innervate or Wild Growth, plus the ways of getting Innervate and Wild Growth. So the way you do the first term is you say, if the first one is Wild Growth, or the first one is Innervate, you have 2 more cards to choose that can't be Wild Growth. There are 25 remaining non-Innervate, non-Wild Growth things. This is 25, choose 2. And then you do the same thing again for Wild Growth. If this is Wild Growth, then these are 2 non-Wild Growth, non-Innervate things. That's 25, choose 2. So you get 2 times 25, choose 2, divided by 27, choose 3. And that is the number of ways of getting just Innervate or just Wild Growth. You then add that to the probability of getting both, which is, if these 2 are chosen, this final card is 25, choose 1, or 25 ways, divided by 27, choose 3. And the resultant probability that you get is 0.2163752137 from heaven. How do we kill him the hardest? We discover a minion. Did he hit us with the death? Control beast, gain taunt. I think, weirdly, I want that. Uproot and after them. That is correct. Can you not also do it as 1 minus chance of getting either? Yep, works great. And again, you will note that if you were doing the same method as before, well, actually, if you did the same method, if you set them into a pile of 3, yeah, you just have much more complicated math. Yeah, see, this is why I like my method, is because it's very easily extendable to a lot of other things. I really like 3 divided by 27 just for the single case of saying, if you are trying to get at one specific card. Deepork95 says, so is it better to keep Raven idle in the opening hand or mulligan for Wild Growth / Innervate? I stopped doing it. I don't know if that's bad, but I stopped doing it. Let's go! Rawr! Kengar Rengar. Actually, could you do it? Because there's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Tonight, a tale of true terror.
By the power of Ragnaros, I have the power!
Alright, there we go. Want the probability computation of keeping Raven. So the probability of getting an Innervate out of a Raven is 1 out of 9. If I chuck it and try to get an Innervate, and let's assume I have 3 cards and I'm keeping the other 2. So I'm computing if I just have these 2 and I'm trying to get it. So I don't know if I can actually get the same thing twice, but there's 28 cards remaining. 2 out of 28. What's 2 divided by 28 is 7%. I guess it's actually better to keep. Wow, I didn't know that. That's incredible.
I am for the wild.
Marigold is posting their increasing Heroic Brawl limit from 5 to 100. Any chance we might see more Astral Heroic Brawl? I'm thinking, yep. I'm thinking, yep. That's what I'm thinking. How long are they doing the Heroic Tavern Brawl? Because I think the earliest I can stream again is next Wednesday. For HearthStone, at least. Wait, you can't get the one you chuck back? I don't... Is that true? Can I get the one... How does Mulligan work in Hearthstone? I'm pretty sure you can get the same thing you chuck back, right? Each player is shown their randomly selected starting game, giving the option to redraw as many of those cards they like. Really? I'm pretty sure you can. I think you absolutely can do that. I am like 99% certain that if I have a legendary and chuck it, I can still get the same legendary again, right?
Must consider.
Feel like you can. Hearthstone Mulligan, can I get the same card back?
Must consider.
Huh?
Just a peach.
It's so weird. There's just... So, Zariah said, they're set aside, you draw your new cards, and the Mulligan cards will go back into your deck. However, people are showing screenshots of them having redrawn the same thing. Can someone show me this working? That's so weird. I gotta kill this guy, I'm being an asshole. Man, there's like so many questions. Really? That's so insane. So Ben Brode says no. Blizzard seems to officially say no. That's remarkable.
Your soul shall be mine.
I did not know that. That actually changes a lot of
Protect
probabilities.
the wild.
So for instance, like, chuck these guys back. We're against a Warlock? Huh. I had no idea. You definitely get 2 different cards. That means that... Mulligan card goes to your graveyard and you never draw it again.
Why do you call?
And now I'm just thinking purely about statistics. Well, not statistics, excuse me, probability. Which is different from statistics. Thinking just about probabilities. Huh. Well, we certainly missed welcoming every single sub for the last, like, hour. Shamble Train, Sunderquist, Ice 3D, Viluft, Telon, the Stalos, J _ solid FPS, Powerhouse, with all sorts of funky upper and lower cases. Live Weaver HS, O'Dane 87, Peanut Punisher, Mini Pharaoh 218, Wreck Lol, Will Worker, Aquino XK, Fern Fist, Ryu Knight. Oh, Voxon with the 38 months. Hey, Voxon, you're a legend. Idiocracy 2, HMC Math Major, yeah! Captain Clow, Binary 101, Z Snowman, and Wadululapnat. Rowlo1, Nickty, Chicken Plastic, Araxal, Vivictus 6548, Sure Please, Man in the Hat Gaming, 0 fourths, Friend Steve, Thestus 12, Jacrylic and Jonathan Hardigan. Hello. Watch me murder people. Yeah! Yeah! Oh my god. Ermagerd. AJGZ. Meister Drash.
So many possibilities.
Garrelise is so weird joining the stream while Shona's reading out subscribers. It sounds like he's having a stroke.
You are not the boss of me.
Thipton Alamimnon. AGJ says, I literally subbed for math help. Also love you, XOX. I'm trying to understand the choose method as you approach higher amounts of cards. Why doesn't 24 times 3 choose 2 divided by 27 choose 3 work? We will investigate after this short Master Jouster.
I am undefeated.
Can you explain the terms? I mean, 27 choose 3 is the total number of combinations, but what does the 24 and the 3 choose 2 represent, Mr. AGJZ? What could 3 choose 2 possibly even mean? What do they represent? Once you start talking probability, to bring up Monty Hall. No, I don't!
So many possibilities.
No, I don't! spells you're after.
The truth is in here.
AJGZ, I don't think I understand. I think I quite literally like don't know like what you're saying. I literally don't know. See, I'm like literally not watching stuff, man. These masters are going to get Dana to explain the money hall problem.
I wonder.
Instead of looking for 1 out of 27, you're looking for 24 out of 27. So it's like, what's the probability of missing it? Wait, 24 out of... Like, I think I just don't understand where the number 24 is coming from. What are the 24 things? My fire be purged! My name is Sean, and I command you to hit the 2-5! What a fuck. $24. Wait, what? Yeah, what's 24?
Who dares summon me?
He's drawn so many cards, man. He's trying to stay relevant. Okay, so I'm Raven idling. I don't want swipe, nourish, or tree of life, etc. So it's 24 spells. What's in that case? What's the problem that you are trying to answer? Kill this one for posterity. So are you saying what's the probability of playing Raven idle and getting I think what I would take a huge step back from, Mr. AJGZ, is that for me to answer whether the thing that you've presented works is to know what the initial question was, and then an explanation of each term. Because if you say, you know, first I'm computing the number of spells that will not be in the Discover, and therefore I compute the number of ways for that to happen as blah. Why, RJ? Well, that's bad. And that's could be that it works, depending on the question. So like 3, choose 2, I saw 27. Just don't know what that numerator is. Don't know what the numerator's counting. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Put this apple on your head.
This apple. Hey, put this on your head. Alright, I'm closing after this, man. I got sucked into the math with my creamy skin. It's probably getting a wink. 200%. He said sexy. Peanut butter bad guy. Welcome to the Day Knights. The most glorious group of math controversialists in the whole wide world. Oh, I see, AGGZ. So I think I do this, and I think I just summon a slime. Summon a slime, summon a slime, summon a slime now. Bog creeper! Oh. Chocolate the Lover says, hey, I need help deciding if logo on hoodie should be on the front or the back. Been trying to decide for days. The front. Front all day. I think we won. Boom! The stream is done. I had some fun. Tomorrow we will play Owl Boy. Owl Boy. Owl Boy. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Owl Boy. We are gonna play Owl Boy. We're done. And then we're gonna play Heroes of the Storm Nexus thing. Nexus Challenge.